Hey, in this video, we are going to talk about the diamond plan of Helium 10. And Helium 10 is software for Amazon sellers and way beyond these days. So today we're going to concentrate on the pricing plan called Diamond. It's currently the most popular kind of plan. And we're going to see what features it has, who can benefit from it. And we're going to kind of go through the pricing page of Helium 10. And it's also going to be linked in the description. And we're going to showcase you, the viewer, how it can benefit you. Also in the description, there's going to be a link to a free account kind of to try out Helium 10 and some discount codes. It's going to be an affiliate link. Means that if you ever do business with Helium 10, I'm going to get a little commission from that, no extra cost to you. Thank you for supporting my free content. My name is Vova. I'm a seller on Amazon since 2016. There with me, Shivali. Shivali is an entrepreneur. She's an Amazon seller, part of Helium 10. And Shivali is going to kind of help us with the Diamond. Also, I'll say we have one more video we've done with Shivali, like an overview of Helium 10 for those who are not at all familiar, can be also useful. It's in the description. So Shivali, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on, Vova.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yeah. Good to be with you for second video. And today we're going to speak of Diamond plan. And it's now the most popular, pretty cool. And let's see how it can be of value for sellers. So could you share your screen, Shivali, please?
Yes, let's do it.
Thank you.
Here we go. All right. Hopefully you can see my page all right.
Yes.
We'll move the Zoom settings down. Okay, amazing. So if you guys are brand new to the channel or brand new to Amazon selling, what is Helium 10? Let's kind of start there. Helium 10 is a software suite of tools for the Amazon seller, but also the TikTok Shop and Walmart seller. And we have everything from product research going into keyword research when you already have a product you want to sell and you want to get listed, as well as analytics, marketing, how to track your competitors, how to make sure that you're ranking at the top of the page. Imagine all the keywords that you want to show up at the top of the page for on Amazon, because obviously people are already going to Amazon. It's a trusted source to purchase. It's a behavior that's ingrained in our culture today. And how can we capitalize on that? We want to be at the very top of these pages. That's where all the traffic is. And so it might not make sense for you to go in individually on every page that's relevant to your product once you found a profitable product and you have it listed. But we have tools that can help you quickly go in and at a glance be able to see where are you ranking and how is that ranking changing. Because actually, if Vova and I pulled up the same exact search term, he will have a different ranking for those products than I will too, because we're in different locations, or search history is different and so forth. As well as things for ads. So when you are running ads, you might have a whole lot of campaigns and it's a lot to manage figuring out where am I wasting my spend? And so you can go in and see, where am I having 20 clicks but no sales? And how can I quickly negate that term? How can I find all the ones that are converting in my auto and broad match campaigns and move them into exact match campaigns when my ACoS is way, way too high? How can I make that so it actually makes sense and is profitable for my business overall? So things like this can be answered through our tools, and it can help you save a whole lot of time, money, and energy. I would know, because when I was getting started in ecom, I did not use these tools, my friends. I was doing this stuff manually, and it was way more time consuming than it is today. So you are lucky to be able to access things like this. I've also used other software tools, and this blows it out of the water by a mile. And we're going to just kind of dive into exactly what the difference between the plans are so you can figure out what is right for you. I will say that there are some folks who Platinum makes more sense for and some folks who Diamond makes more sense for. The easiest way that I kind of boil it down into one sentence would be something like Platinum is better for beginning users, to maybe if you've got like 15 SKUs, and then Diamond is everything beyond that. Although Diamond does come with some features that are way more advanced, meaning even if you've only got a few SKUs, there are things inside of the Diamond plan that nobody else in your niche might be doing and leveraging, meaning you are easily going to be at the forefront of your niche simply by doing some of the things that we talk about today. So let's kind of jump into what the differences are and the nuances. As you can see, you've got a monthly and a yearly pricing. Let's talk about what each of those encompasses. So for Platinum, you still get the Amazon FBA product research. You can scan your product data. through Amazon and Walmart with our Chrome extension. If you do not have the Chrome extension installed, it's helium10.com/extension. Again, that's helium10.com/extension. I highly, highly, highly recommend you go try this out. There is a free version of this. They'll give you just a few uses so you can test it out for yourself if you don't already got it. But if you do, make sure that you are taking use of it. Then you've got launch a product. So we've got a couple of tools. For example, let's just jump into the product section. I'll toggle back and forth for this video so you can see it. As you can see, we've got something that says Product Launchpad, which helps you boil down all those ideas and get a holistic view of, is this a good, profitable niche for you to actually jump into? So that is also included. And then you've got listing review insights. Now, the difference here is you get more uses when you're going in and figuring out what do customers love and hate. Let me just give you a quick example here. So let's go into our coffin shelf. I know it seems morbid, but it's just one of those things that we sell at Helium 10. And so when you are on a product listing page, you'll select the extension and you'll click profitability calculator or review insights, excuse me, because we're talking about review insights right now. So you can go in and check out what are the things that customers are talking about the most. It'll show you the amount of mentions. It'll show you how those mentions have changed over time, what they're saying about them. You'll be able to check out the rating. And this doesn't just apply for Amazon. It also applies for TikTok Shop. Now you might be saying, what does that have to do with me? I'm an Amazon seller, or maybe I've only been looking at Amazon. Well, later on in this video, we'll talk about something that quickly helps you double your sales if you're already selling on Amazon within minutes. And also, you'll be able to consider the top of funnel of your search. Because if you're an Amazon seller, guess where all of your users are most likely, which platform they're most likely on? TikTok, right? We are all scrolling. And that's, of course, region dependent, but it is something to consider because a lot of folks are on that platform. And it's growing every day. So here, 10 uses. Diamond is a little bit more unlimited, a lot more unlimited, I should say. Then you've got competitive keywords, meaning find new keyword opportunities with reverse ASIN lookup or seed phrases to see what other products are ranking for. For platinum, you get 100 searches. For diamond, a lot more. Now, if you are somebody who's got 1,300 SKUs, 100 searches a month probably isn't going to cut it for you, especially if you're going back in and you're refining consistently. If you're trying to optimize and split test, or maybe you're trying to prep for Prime Day, which is coming up, then that is something that's also going to be top of mind for you. You are going to want to make a lot more use of this. This is where our tool which is, by the way, built directly on Amazon's algorithm when they made it public. So we pull all their information. You're going to see all the keywords that are related to those products, ASINs that you input, whether they're sponsored, whether they're organically associated to it, or if it's Amazon recommended, meaning Amazon's algorithm is tying your relevancy or thinks those keywords are relevant for your product. And so you will want to make sure that the ones that Amazon believes is relevant and that you believe are relevant are similar. We actually had a instance where we were looking at a product at Helium 10, and one of our main primary search terms were really low for Amazon recommended rank. Amazon wasn't even tying the relevancy for our product. And that's why our PPC impressions were abysmal. Like, we were not at all visible. And then when we went in and started getting people to say, hey, for Amazon's relevancy, can you actually go search and find this product and then purchase it? Which only Carrie and I really did, and then maybe like a couple other folks at Helium 10. We were able to actually tie the relevancy for Amazon's algorithm, and our impressions skyrocketed. Okay, so Amazon recommended, this is not available anywhere else. It's exclusive to Helium 10. So when you're going in and you're seeing something like this 100 times a month, it might be fine if you have a certain amount of SKUs and you can make it work with 100. But if you've got a lot of SKUs, then it will be worth it for you to go in and utilize a diamond plan because, like I said, it affects also your PPC and your impressions, and also just in general, who is actually able to find your product and where you're ranking. So very easy. Yes.
So one search would be like, I take an ASIN, I input it, I click apply, let's say, and that's one search. So we have 99 left, one more, 98, etc. Or with the diamond, it's unlimited, means you just unlimited.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. So let's just go into a sample here.
Hmm.
So this is going to be one search that I've done.
Hmm.
And you can see that it lets you do a whole lot of things. You can go in and apply some filters. All right. And as you can see, you actually have a bar that says monthly uses, and I've got 1,000 on this
Okay.
account. So you
Hmm.
can go in and check out how many uses you have done for
Hmm.
this month per account.
Hmm.
All right.
Cool, cool.
Okay, then we've got track keyword rankings over time. You can simplify the process of monitoring and tracking your product rankings. This is exclusive to Diamond, meaning you can go into keyword tracking right here and say that you've got certain amount of keywords that are really, really specific to your product. And you know you need to rank at the very top of them because if you're not making sales. Nobody's seeing you. So you can
Hmm.
go in and click something that says boost. This is the little rocket ship icon. And say, obviously, we're selling a bath mat, and this is our tester account, so we do share it with some folks. I don't know why we would have a gizmo watch for kids on here, but let's say that this was exactly how we want to describe this product. You would click the rocket ship icon, which requires a minimum of a search volume of 100 to ensure accurate results. And then every time that I click it, it's actually going to track that for me for 10 days straight, once every single hour. Meaning that ranking, where are we ranking organically, sponsored? How many of my, it says if I scroll here, let me just back out here. It says my ABA total click shares. So how many products are capturing that click share? 41% are attributed to the top 3 products in this search term, and then 30% every time somebody goes to that listing for those top 3, 30% is the average conversion share. Okay. And you can use this information for yourself, which we can talk about later. But the whole point I brought this up is because the boost feature is really, really important. The moment you fall off from your ranking at the very, very top, well, you're going to start seeing that affect your sales. And that's the last thing that you want, especially if you're running PPC campaigns. You've spent
Hmm.
a lot of time on building a really great product. You want people to be able to actually see it. And this is where that boost ranking comes in. Once the 10 days run out, you can just click it again and reset it. I like to go in and make sure that I'm always on top of this and ensuring that my search terms are always at the very, very top. Okay, let's jump
Hmm.
back into the pricing page. We've got keyword sales. This is going to be on both plans. You're going to be able to see how many sales are attributed to each keyword. I always like to take a look at this for me to gauge whether or not I've got enough room to put this key term into my listing or into my PPC campaigns or where I want to place it. Then I've got insights and recommendations, personalized, actionable insights to maximize growth. You're going to see your next big change there, meaning
Hmm.
you can go into your insights dashboard and you can go into your competitors tab actually. Let's see, I think I moved too fast there. All right. So you'll be able to go into your competitors. You can add all of the competitors that are inside of your niche and always stay up to date with what's going on with them by then going into insight settings. So first add your competitors, then go into insight settings and click create new insight. And here you'll be able to actually tell our tool when you want to see maybe something's going on with your competitor, or maybe you've got some wasted ad spend. So you've got a campaign with high clicks and 0 sales, maybe. Or you can say, hey, tell me when my organic rank drops or my sponsored keyword rank drops. Or if there's new suggestions that are being associated to my competitors and they're getting sales, chances are I also want to capture some of that pool. And then you've got listing suppression. This is really, really big. I've had this happen to one of my listings before
Hmm.
where I went in and the image, even though it was on a white background, Amazon said it wasn't. And because of that, the entire listing got suppressed. And
Hmm.
that's the last thing you want, right?
Hmm.
So you don't want to be paying for storage fees and all this when your listing isn't even active. You've got listing optimization. If there's something to change there, you've got refunds. You've got competitor. This is where a competitor changes your price or coupon. This is why I told you to do that first, is input your competitors. Then you can check out when they change performance, when they're changing the listing, yada, yada, yada. You can set thresholds. And then you'll be able to actually see it inside of your dash when you just scroll down. You'll be able to to get notifications right here where it says insights by category. And that way you're always just on top of things.
Hmm.
Okay, then we've got Market Tracker. This is going to help you understand what's going on in your niche, not just from the insights perspective that we were looking at where we set thresholds, but really how many sales are being attributed to a certain brand. You can also break it down if you've got Tracker 360, which is a lot more in depth. You can do it by, a certain amount of SKUs, or you can do it just like mass filtering, which the standard Market Tracker doesn't allow. Basically, Market Tracker 360s are Market Tracker on steroids. That's like the best way to describe it, I think. We've got brand analytics. This is a little bit of what I was talking about before. You can see click share and conversion share. You can see this inside of Seller Central too if you do not have a Helium 10 account.
Hmm.
The only thing is you might have to, go through a little bit more work on Seller Central to take a look per search term. Here you can just pull everything that's related to your products in one dash. Then you've got your products, which ones are eligible to be tracked. You've got 20 ASINs. This is why I said like 15. I actually said 15 because we have something else that's like 15 uses, 15 ASINs only.
Hmm.
But yeah, 20 ASINs to actually track for insights and metrics. For Diamond, it's 1,000. As for advertising, advertising is very specific to Diamond, but what's really cool is you can do dayparting and rules-based advertising. So we actually have podcast episodes. If you guys listen to the Helium 10 Serious Sellers podcast, you can go in on our Helium 10 webpage. Let me see if I can just pull it up here and go into resources. The reason I bring this up is Bradley always does a update to this episode. 300 campaigns. Let's do this. And nope, no such. Oh, there it is. Okay. So 683. SSP 683. I manage 308 Amazon PPC campaigns, 10 minutes a week. I recommend you go check that out if you want something more in detail for advertising, because he runs down on all the rules that he sets for his campaigns that let him run that many campaigns in very, very short amount of time per week, by the way. So that's not like per day. It's not per month. It is 10. This one right now is 10 minutes a week, but we just did an updated version of this where now it's about a half an hour because we've increased the campaigns. So you can go in and do a lot of cool stuff. You can also do dayparting with Diamond. So quickly at a glance, let's see if we can just jump to it here. When I go to Helium 10 ads on the left-hand side, it says the rules and automations. I'll click that. Then I'll go to dayparting schedules. And you can mass select campaigns if you want. You can select period, week, and then any two. So I have spend versus ACOS. If I want, I can see clicks versus sales. And as you can see, between the hours of 12 a.m. and 4 a.m., I'm not getting nearly as many clicks as the rest of the day.
Hmm.
And this is just all my campaigns. So if I wanted, I could break it down, and then maybe I'll find that, I've got a couple of campaigns that just have lots of clicks and no sales at all. Then I'm going to want to do some day parting there. I can add rule, click the relevant campaigns. Let's just, for the sake of this quick demo, you guys will want to spend more time on it. Let's say that this is like all product targeting. You'll be able to make sure that that's the campaign you want. And then say, hey, from 12 a.m. to like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m., I actually want to pause my campaign. Or maybe I'm not getting nearly as many impressions as what I think is happening. Then you can increase your bid or decrease the bid and then set your start and end date. You can also just say never expire and it'll just stay running. But of course, this is something you'll want to monitor deeply. You can also go into apply rules or say like, do something for your bid. You can click a rule, same thing. Select the relevant campaigns. And for us, when we go in and we do rules-based automation, you can say, if my ACOS is greater than 100%, then do this. And then you can go in and set a bunch of criteria like that. So everything is just very, very automated for you. This is very exclusive to Diamond. You also get access to the influencer finder. Before we were talking about top of funnel, and this is really where the influencer finder comes in, is if one, you are looking to fill your halo effect or experience the halo effect, I should say, or fill the top of funnel on Amazon with even more traffic because Amazon loves external traffic, then you can go in and find TikTok influencers, but you can also go in and leverage this tool to find Amazon influencers. Let's jump into this here just so you can get a visual on it. And on the left-hand side, you'll be able to toggle whether you want the Amazon or TikTok workspace and say, hey, I actually am selling a coffin shelf. Let's just go in and find folks who might be selling something relevant or have sold something like that before. And then you can go in and say, hey, I actually want to check out this influencer. And you can figure out whether this is aligned. Now, if we're selling a coffin shelf, this looks like she's mostly doing dog-based theme things now. So before she might have been doing it, but now not so much. So you can go in and figure that out. There's ways to filter up top. You can do this inside of TikTok as well, but there's just a little bit more bandwidth for you to actually send out invites to more creators. So for example, on TikTok Shop, you get only 50 creators added to an invite. Here you can add 100, 200, 300, etc. So you're not constantly just like trying to duplicate the invites, build new ones. I actually have gone into ChatGPT. I'll create customer personas. So I'll have it output a bunch of personas, ones that I haven't even thought of before, have it create invites, mass create the invites. And then every time I go in, your daily kind of just becomes finding influencers that you can add to that same invite over and over and over again, which is great. Then if we keep scrolling down, you've got listing optimization. So you've got listing builder on steroids. You've got the managed refund service. You can see that there's very noticeable differences with the amounts that you can do. So 40 SKUs versus 500, 5,000 versus 15,000. You might say, yeah, I can make this work for this. But remember, guys, there's some things I said at the very beginning of this that are very limited to diamond. So let's just go in and kind of talk about what those are, because I feel like seeing is better than just hearing and then believing, right? So Search Query Analyzer, I think, is my number one favorite tool, because usually it's really time consuming. If you're going into Seller Central, you're going to have to download weekly reports and go in, make pivot tables. If you want to see it over time, then the only place you can really do that is go in with Helium 10 Search Query Analyzer, select week of or month of, and you can select, let's say, a whole year's time frame. Right now, I want to make sure that we've got the report showing up, because sometimes if you go in and like you just connect the tokens or the information's new, it will take a few minutes to prepare the data. And right now, since we're doing this live, let's just go ahead and select a few. And I'm going to say bat, because I got a bat. Oh, there we go. Okay. So it's my bat bath mat, which is really difficult to say. Let's go in and click apply filters. And when we scroll down, it says 264 filtered keywords for that time frame. Now I selected 4 months. We have a really niche down item. Remember, bat-shaped bath mat. How many of you guys are going to purchase a bat-shaped bath mat year-round? Probably not so many of you, right? So it's really niche. But what's really cool, and the reason I recommend that you guys do this, like if you are an established seller, please go do this, whether it's inside of Seller Central or not. Here, you can quickly use the dropdown and say OPC, which is your outperforming converters. And what that's basically showing me is if I scroll over here, I have my conversion rate, market conversion rate, and my conversion variance. This is telling me where I'm actually converting better than all the other products in my market. So everybody else has got about an 8% conversion if somebody goes to their listing, whereas your conversion for your listing is going to be 50% if people are going to it. Obviously, you'll still want to take a look at your click-through, okay, and what your search volume for that is. Is it like something you want to, like this right here is 30 for search volume. Okay, but again, niche down item, but compare that then to your Halloween bathroom mat. However, if I know that my conversion is way better than the rest of the market, is it a key term at least I'll want to consider and take a look at and capitalize on? Yes, right? So you can go in and figure out where am I actually converting better than the rest of the market. So maybe what I can do is I can actually optimize my ads so I'm getting even more traffic and making sure I'm ranking at the very, very top. Because I've looked at just this past week at somebody else's Search Query Analyzer, and they had a really great conversion rate. Actually, it was like close to 100, but not quite there. And the market conversion wasn't so good. And then when we looked at the organic ranking was like 107. Position 107, getting 100% conversion nearly. Rest of the market is shit and not sponsored rank. So imagine, and decent search volume, by the way. So imagine if he just knew that information, which now he does. He can go in, optimize his ads, or even just run an exact match campaign to show up at the very top. Because like I said, he was not running sponsored rank campaign before. he's going to be able to get so much more in sales, in profit, and rank at the very top now for this key term that's got search volume and capitalize on that conversion he's already got. Okay, so this is what people are looking for. They're
Nice.
making sales, but maybe it's not reflected in your organic and sponsored ranking. So here you've got 100% and no organic rank or sponsored rank. So I don't know how actually there's any sort of sales happening at the moment, but maybe this is from this one specifically is from before.
Hmm.
But yeah, just really interesting to look at. Then you've got some low performing converters as well. And this is going to be where you are, you guessed it, not converting as great as the rest of your marketplace. So check this out.
Hmm.
This is maybe where if the item is relevant and it's not so broad, so it's not just like goth, then you might want
Hmm.
to revisit on what's going on with your listing, that the copy or the listing A plus content or the bullet points title, something in there is not converting
Yes.
as it might have been for your competitors. So you can go in and say, yeah, is it my listing? Is it I'm not getting enough traffic? Am I not organically ranked? Am I not sponsored
Hmm.
rank? Is it my impressions? Or you can even say, hey, find me all the sales generating keywords. So where have I made sales? And you can see how many folks added and how much was it across your market. So 5 car ads compared to my one, or you've got this many and I actually was able to capture 6 of those. Here you can see it's
Hmm.
much higher, right? So you can go in and actually see the behavior of the consumer, figure out what's
Hmm.
going on with your listing, where to optimize in your ads, and it's just really invaluable. If you don't want to do the drop downs, maybe this is a little bit too broad for you because Bradley and I have different ways of leveraging this tool.
Hmm.
He likes to go in and use the advanced settings.
Hmm.
And you can do the same thing that I just did down below where I was taking a look at my conversion. So you can say, hey, for my market conversion rate, if I want to maybe find
Hmm.
instead of this, yeah. So you can say, oh, I want to find where I'm like negative or 5%, let's say, to 75%. Okay. And apply the filters there. So this is just a little bit more bandwidth for you to go in and select the numbers yourself. This is
Wow.
very exclusive to our diamond users, so make sure that you guys go in. If you do have a diamond plan, then use this. And if you don't, then this might be something that easily makes diamond membership worth it. I was just listening to this guy who was using Search Query Analyzer, and he goes in and he uses this tool weekly, and he attributed over $100,000 in sales to this alone, like to this one tool alone. It paid for his entire membership and way, way, way more. So he goes in weekly, he does this, he looks at it the way that I just explained to you, which is go in, check out those outperforming converters,
Hmm.
doubles down on them, or finds the low performing ones and either removes them or he says, hey, this, I need to fix something in the listing.
Yeah.
He looks at the variance, which is just a basically like glance view of these two put together. You can compare it to your purchase share, your purchases versus your market purchases. If you're seeing that, hey, I'm getting actually a lot of purchases compared to my market, then that's something you can look at. Another way to filter this is you see match type. This is just using all of these. That's what it's showcasing to you. So for example, if I'm finding that bathroom rugs is all
Yeah.
three. It's outperforming converters, sales generating keyword for me, and it has excess impressions. Then this is probably going to be important for me. This, let's say that this was like,
Mm.
let's add a couple of zeros, right? This would be really, really good for us to make sure that it's somewhere maybe in our title or maybe in our exact match campaigns. So yeah, just I feel like we've covered a lot of ground, so I'm gonna stop it there. But there's just so much you can do, including you you can actually take your Amazon listings and convert them over to TikTok Shop really, really fast. So if you're looking at our products classic view, tab up top, I went to products classic views on, you can see all of the tools that have the little TikTok icon, which is going to let you convert all of your Amazon listings over to TikTok Shop so long as it's profitable. Meaning you're going to your Amazon listing first. Say I was on this page, I'm going to click profitability calculator, which I wanted to do earlier because we love profits. We click into TikTok Shop, you figure out, do the numbers make sense?
Hmm.
Then you'll go in and you'll go into listing converter once you've built your TikTok Seller Central, Seller Center account. You've added the token up top right and click connections.
Hmm.
And then you will go in, bulk convert your listings. That's right. You can literally take hundreds of your SKUs and convert them over if you are on the diamond plan. If you're on platinum, I think it's a little bit less than that. It's like 15. I think that's where the 15 ASINs I originally said comes from.
Hmm.
Let's just give it a go. See if we can locate it. Can we locate it? Oh,
Uh,
nope.
I
Way
saw
less
some
than that. Three
50.
SKUs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Uh-huh.
Three SKUs. It's three SKUs. You probably
Hmm.
did see 15 because I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
read 15
There
somewhere
was something.
before.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Anyways, going on into what I was telling you about. So you get three conversions if you're on platinum, but if you're on diamond and you've got anything more than three SKUs, you can bulk convert all of them. Because I know for me, when I was trying to convert my listings over to TikTok Shop, I was like, I have no idea where these images are. I don't know where my image stack is for A plus content. I
Mm.
don't know like where some of these things are because some of those listings are old, like really old. They're dinosaurs. So for you, if that's the case, then you can go in and auto create those listings and then you can put them into drafts or you can just automate it so it uploads right away. I like to at least review them because for TikTok, the guidelines are different. Like
Mm.
things that might not work for Amazon, for example, a product on a white background, lifestyle image might work better on TikTok Shop. So you can
Hmm.
move things around that way. And then you'll want to map out that inventory. So it'll actually take your, can you still see my screen? My
Can't
monitor
see.
just reset. Yes, okay, cool. So
Hmm.
inventory management is where your Amazon SKUs, you can map them to your TikTok SKUs. So every time somebody makes a purchase on TikTok Shop, including your influencers, it'll actually pull from your inventory at Amazon. So you'll have Amazon MCF fulfilling for you, which is incredible. Like you can go
Hmm.
in and be really, really hands off and expand out to a whole different platform. So, guys, that is just like a gist. I've really, at a high level, run through so much between Platinum and Diamond Plan, but I hope this gives you a good idea of what the value is in both and figuring out which one makes more sense for you.
Yeah, Shivali, thank you for running this demo. In the description, I'm going to link the pricing page for our viewers so they can go and check it out. Also, I'll share a free account and a link with like discounts. If people want to invest in the diamond, there's going to be like 10% off discount or 20% off for 6 months. 10%, I believe, goes for, there's no limit to it. And also they help with the yearly or the monthly plans. So it's going to be all in the description. I also include our previous video where we kind of do an overview of Helium 10 tools. Plus I have a playlist of over 200 Helium 10 tutorials that I've created with Bradley as well, with Carrie. We've done different tutorials. They can be of use for our viewers. It's all going to be in the description. Any last message you want to share with the world?
No, but I think you guys should get on these strategies because it'll quickly double your sales, if not way beyond that.
All right. Thank you, Shval. Again, it's all going to be in the description, all the things we've mentioned today. And thank you for the demo. Thank you for also going in depth in the tool that helps us kind of find keywords where we might have better opportunities. That's very nice. As you also mentioned, that guy who added 100K, pretty nice.
Yeah. It's
So,
incredible. That's
yeah,
also available on the Serious Sellers podcast if you want to listen to it. I think it's like episode 737 or something. Yeah, which is really, really cool.
I'll find them and I'll add them in the description for our
Yeah,
viewers.
sounds good.
Also,
I'll send it
the
to you.
the 300 campaigns that Bradley runs in 10 minutes, almost like the 4 hour work week. So he
Yeah,
outperformed it by
by a lot.
good enough. Yeah. All
The
right.
30-minute
Well,
work week.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, Shivali. Thank you for this demo. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Bubba.
Thank you.